Hello and welcome to Moonlit Magic. We are here to celebrate the energy of the Pisces full moon, and the moon is about our emotions. So that's why when the moon changes, we feel it so deeply. So we are taking this dreamy energy, our thoughts, our consciousness, and our beliefs, and we're anchoring it in, and we want to make sure that we're clear about what that is. And that's this opportunity we have now. And again, if you're brand new here, this is the exclusive spread that we do for Moonlit Magic. Welcome. I'm so thankful that you are here. This is number one. This is how to handle this lunar phase overall. Okay, so let's get started with that. Communication, co-creation. I love that. We normally think of information as something that can be written or spoken. But if something is multidimensional, it is almost impossible to share it with words. I feel I have quite a lot of information in my field now, and yet my intelligence cannot fathom it. Metaphor or song may hint at its vastness, but is more like a reminder or catalyst that encourages something to stir inside the listener. Everything that we are manifesting, that we are creating, that we are building, starts first with a thought, and that is actually the overall energy that we anchored in for our live stream chat. We do this for every full moon, so check out our workshops and chats and stop by for your live free Oracle card for humanity reading. But the overall theme of this is the consciousness, the unseen, the beliefs, the thoughts, and how do we anchor those in? We write them down, we speak them, and then they come into full creation. Now, this is where we will find satisfaction with that, and we're going to start to unfold this message. If you're brand new here, please consider subscribing, because we do this every 2 weeks for the full and new moon, and it is so helpful to see how the energy is flowing, what we can clarify and manifest together. And also, if you have your own set of cards at home or a journal, please sit down and do that with me or take notes to get even more clarity from this reading. So where we will find satisfaction? The scales of karma, cycle of disharmony, creating new traditions and unfortunate events. So there's some sort of disharmony that has been cycling through our lives. And it's time to break through that and create something new. This is like it could be a generational trauma or something like that that was subconsciously passed down, that we are changing and shifting paradigms. I mean, truly, awareness shifts everything for the next generation coming. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense, moment to moment, what is needed. This communication co-creation is starting within. And not just shouting out or agreeing and getting hooked into everything that's going on out there, but knowing ourselves enough to know what feels right, what feels wrong, and where we're being self-honoring. Okay, trusting that before we communicate forwards and out into the world. Conscious focus. What I focus on, I will attract more of. So this is where to really pay attention. These karmic scales, okay? Basically, we're taking responsibility. We are in this life now. What do we do with what's been done to us, okay? What do we do with what we learned earlier in life and have realized it's not true to us or self-honoring? What do we do with all that now that we have the power? Okay, we focus ourselves, we listen on the inside, and we focus ourselves into creating these new traditions, something new that honors us. the next generation can be more authentic to themselves at an earlier age rather than question themselves so much and go through that struggle because of the healing of the generation before it, the awareness of the generation before it that's birthing and raising these kids. What I focus on, I will attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend my time thinking or speaking of. Thinking and speaking, that's that communication right there. So I actually switch these, but it does start with the thinking, the unseen, the beliefs about ourselves, and then the way we speak, okay? The words we speak, the tones we use, the way we project our expression and our communication has a lot to do with what we think about and how we think about ourselves. I will do more of the things that bring me joy and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. And that's where these scales are shifting. Okay. Know that your conscious focus is, and like this intuitive honor, this intuitive self-honoring experience is what changes everything. And if you are enjoying this, please like this video because that helps me to boost this out to other people. This is something to set our intentions towards. Anta Karana. Okay, I really hope I'm saying that correctly. It says crossing the rainbow bridge, resurrection, and coming full circle. Think of that for a moment, okay? We start off on this cycle of disharmony. Our conscious focus, honoring ourselves in the intuition, it changes everything. We come full circle. We actually change and break these cycles, or we change the energy of the cycles. Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Trusting, okay, in ourselves, the energy around us, that it is supporting us and loves us. Where does that come from? The subconscious mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. That is all we're doing here, friends. This is why I want to take the fear and the shame away from our emotions. Emotion is nothing to be afraid of. Suppressing emotion literally creates this mental illness, this disease. What it does to deny that we have had any sort of traumatic past or hurt that we need space to deal with, it makes us we project it onto others, okay? We bring it into the new relationships and we don't see our part in breaking the cycles that we are inviting in, that we are these self-sabotaging cycles. If you notice it in yourself, but don't run away, be afraid or ashamed of it, embrace yourself, love yourself for being afraid. Why are you afraid? What did you lose? What was taken from you? There's a reason why you're afraid to fully open yourself up. And I am speaking to myself, okay? So this is the time that we're shifting the way. We have to understand, even if we choose not to shift it, the way that we believe about ourselves, our core beliefs, the words that we speak, the things that we write, the energy that we bring into every moment of our day is what we are calling in and inviting into our lives in reciprocation. Okay, we're inviting it back to us again and again. So just know that you don't owe anyone anything. It's all about your satisfaction with yourself at the end of the day. That is always going to anchor in. Do you want what you're anchoring in? Do you want more of it? See yourself here in this picture, okay? Don't just project it out on others. This is something to be aware of. Cosmic gateway. insecurities, connection with others, and refocusing. Notice insecurities, those are what we're projecting out onto others. We're refocusing consciously from this conscious, subconscious. We're having this connection is active now. We're aware of what's going on deeper. Okay, we're having a deeper awareness and then choosing to shift the way that we connect with other people. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. And ain't that the truth? We're not controlling this, we're focusing, okay? Controlling it would be trying to make other people react to us a certain way. What we're going to do is look inward and decide, make sure that we are carrying ourselves through the world the way that we are satisfied with. When you look yourself in the eyes in the mirror, are you satisfied with you? Period. And that's all you can do and be control of. Get focused. This shit doesn't play around. You're either going to be here with me for this and you either believe it and you hear this or you don't, because you don't have to do anything. But the messages every single time we've ever done these have been clear, and it always matches the actual moon energy. I just encourage you, sit with it, let it ruminate, let it resonate, and see what it means to you, because it's like a portal, like a key, because the energy is supporting us in illuminating this. A lot of us walk around on autopilot and we're not paying attention. If you pay attention to this and you act on this or sit with this in the ways that call to you personally, you will feel where you need to focus. You will feel this. Some epiphanies will come to you through song, okay? Don't miss it. Trust yourself. I attract what I want. First, I get clear on what I desire, and that's what this is. The illumination is clarity about our desires so that we can bring in and anchor an appreciation that you can't have wealth, abundance. It doesn't matter what you physically have if you can't appreciate it. And we know that, okay? It starts now. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life, what I would do, how I'd react, who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. I really want to encourage you to check out the live stream this weekend, because what we're doing is, it's called Reframe Your Shame. And we are just tackling several different topics from our own unique perspectives. Those of us are sitting down on Sunday and talking about this kind of over coffee. We all have different beliefs. We don't agree on every single thing. We also have life experience that we share. We met at a different place in our lives and have come to a whole different understanding about who we each are in a totally different way, and just found a unique satisfaction with that. So I just would love to have you there. And if you miss it live, we're gonna have the replay available, so just check that out, and I think you'd really enjoy it. So subscribe so you can be notified of that, even if you can't make it this weekend. We're doing these every full moon, and again, we have these readings every 2 weeks. This is a lesson we may face, the Crystal Kingdom, slowing down materialism and physical debris. So noticing what's in our space, noticing the objects that are precious to us. We talk about sacred objects often, because those can anchor us back into the earth. When we're caught in our head, maybe if you have a stone or anything, you see me, I have a lot of little knickknacks and things that I put on my altars, because these carry energy for me. What anchors you out of your mind and back into your body or into your space? And is your space yours? Do you have that sacred space for yourself that you can be and bring this peace? And what do we need to release? Once we're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So is there anything that we're hanging on to physically, maybe, that it has I want to say negative energy to it? It doesn't actually have to. You're not talking about like cursed objects, but what you're talking about is an object to you that has a negative meaning is a cursed object, period. If it doesn't bring you joy to have it in your space, whether that's because it literally is just not an object that you want, it's clutter to you, and what you do with it is always going to be different. Someone else may appreciate that, but don't keep things that make your space and your energy heavy, okay? Thoughts, relationships, objects, jobs, we have to be willing to release. Full moons as well, this is the opportunity to illuminate, but also celebrate how far we've come. And if we have access, this is the time to see it and let it go as well, okay? Projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says something or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how to respond. Okay, that again is, how do we anchor our relationships? Okay, we're communicating. What sort of energy are we giving our relationships? What relationships are we giving energy to? Are we really gonna admit right now that the relationships that we give energy to are the relationships that we're inviting into our life, good, bad, or ugly? Whether these relationships are favorable or not, the more we react to them without the boundaries, mental boundaries. Did you know that? Did you know that boundaries aren't just physical and how much you have someone around? Did you know that you need to have boundaries around what you'll talk about, even at certain times or with certain people? Did you know that you need to have boundaries around your own beliefs and anchor yourself into who you are, and not just allow people to say whatever they want to you just because they have an opinion? You're allowed to have boundaries around everything. And you don't want to lock yourself up and hide away, but what you do want to do is trust yourself. And if you're letting people dump on you, you're not going to trust yourself, because life is going to feel really, really heavy. Okay? You're taking on too much of what's not yours. And even if you do want to take on what is not yours, that is your choice, okay? Always. Everything here is your choice. But at least know what's yours and what's someone else's, what belongs to other people. Just know, be aware, so you can make those choices and be satisfied with your choices, to know why there's heaviness, to know why there's extra emotions, to know when you're taking on things from others that aren't yours, and do that joyfully if you choose to, rather than with a spirit of feeling like you're being taken advantage of. This is reframing, okay? It's not what we do. It's not the objective action. It's why. Why do we do those things, and examining that from a deep level so we can have satisfaction with everything we do. This is a resource to pay attention to. Again, please like this video, subscribe if you have not, because it's just really helpful to me, and I am so appreciative. So if you appreciate this, I appreciate you sharing all of this with people that you think would enjoy it as well. A resource to pay attention to: spirit guides, looking for signs, philosophical discussion, and supervision. Okay, so we are not alone. Again, the music, okay? Look for it everywhere. My mom and I were just talking about signs today. She was talking about several different experiences she was having with feathers. This is all about perspective. Your perspective of your life. Whatever is assigned to you is a sign, period. Okay? Don't let people take the wind out of your sails. Don't be less magical or powerful than you can be. If you want to be wild and weird and cool and fun and funky and whatever in the hell you want to be, it doesn't matter how you act. Believe what you want to believe. Live your life the way that you want to live it, and be satisfied with it. Okay? Don't worry about what other people are doing or try to be them. Be you. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. Fluent in communication co-creation? Imagine it. The edge of greatness. The universe is opening doors for me, bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble at the edge of my greatness. I take the opportunities that come and I walk through the doors with confidence. That's all this is, okay? Take what means something to you. Forget what does not. I don't know what this means to you, how it lands for you, or what you want. But you are so powerful. You are so much more than you think that you are. And I want you to realize that. I want you to get the power in your hands. Come talk to me and pick a deck and see what happens when we pick a card for you, and see how it lands. See how powerful your choices are, because you are. And I didn't really see that until I got it into my own hands, and then I got a little carried away. Obviously, this is an effective way to clear our energy. Angelic realms, team effort, charity, validation, and patience. Team effort. You are not alone, okay? Your generosity, even if you don't feel that you are seen, if you don't feel that it's reciprocated, even if you don't feel that you are being valued, you are seen, okay? The validation is coming. Your energy, your authentic energy, okay? Purify that. Don't be out there giving for the attention. Get out there and give, because giving is what makes the fucking world go round, okay? Get out there and give because there ain't nothing to do but make sure that our fellow human beings are taken care of, because that's all that matters. And wait for your reward, because it comes in a different form. It doesn't come directly back, and it's not going to come from the people you thought it would. But don't shut your eyes too tight. Don't miss the opportunities. They're around you. Those are the signs. Trust the signs. Make the moves when the signs come, and don't force it. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. Self-appreciation. I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. I find a comfortable space and bring a pen and paper. I will write a letter of appreciation to myself, where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. Full circle, okay? This is our final message from the cosmos down here. Our final message is here. So we're almost finished. Full circle. Communication, co-creation, babe, that comes from inside. Self-appreciation, who are you communicating with? First and foremost, you. I am enough. Inside you. And that's what expands outward. You are projecting, okay, one way or the other. What do you want to project out? Your focus, your conscious focus inward. Do you love you? Are you honoring you? Do the situations, relationships, circumstances, does your space, okay, do your friends, when you are in those spaces, do you feel like you can be you all the way, authentic, who you are? Can you be yourself? Your true self, your heart, is it valued there? Are you seen there? Okay? Don't wall yourself off and stay where you are because you're afraid that it's the best that you'll ever have. That's why we don't have space to receive more, because we don't believe that we deserve it. So we stay, or we invite in these relationships or things because we don't have it in us to be alone for that length of time that it takes to appreciate ourselves so much. What do we think communication is? Actual words. We are communicating with ourselves, our deep subconscious. and we are focusing there. We are bringing this out so we can project out what truly satisfies us onto others, so we can draw that energy back towards us. We will draw people and circumstances into our life that are satisfying and satisfied, that are clear and know what they want. That is what we want too. We want to be in the company of those who are clear about how they feel about us, clear about how they feel about themselves, people that we know will be honest with us, that will tell us the truth about ourselves, but in a loving way. You know what it feels like. And if you don't, I promise you, then you are not in the right places, okay? This is our very final message from the cosmos. I am so thankful that you have been here with me for this. Please check out our live streams every full moon and these readings every new and full moon. Now, there's an entire archive of these readings, and that is like a journal, kind of going back into the energy of the last 6 months, a year. What we were planting 6 months ago at the Pisces new moon is what is manifesting now here. This energy is clear, okay? What we believe about ourselves is what we are anchoring into the world. The final message that we have from the cosmos: ascension flame, liberation, a sense of great purpose, high expectations. Okay? You are powerful. You are mighty. Do not play small. Letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Remember, we are releasing what is not honoring us to make room for this self-appreciation, to make room for this co-creation of communication. It's coming from the beliefs about ourselves, our own consciousness, what we believe. It's time to let go of anything that is not potential, and we need to honor that. Personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Exactly what we are talking about for this full moon. This is our bonus message. Don't forget to tune in too for the live stream, because you get your free live Oracle card for humanity reading. You have to be there live to get that. Okay? Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. So, get out there and share it. And so it is. Thank you so much for being here. Join us on Facebook, the Secret Society of Self-Care Facebook group. Follow our Facebook page and find us on Instagram. Thank you so much.